Hello, I'm recording a short video to demonstrate how manual focus lenses were focused back in the old days. The camera here is a Minolta X-700 and the lens is a Tamron 90mm f2.8 macro. And I've rigged up a couple of tripods here to put the video camera pointing straight through the viewfinder. Give us a kind of crude imitation of what it's like to look through the thing. So now I'll focus the lens. I've got a bookshelf in the background here. I'm coming at it from an angle. Zoom in on the focus aids there. You can see that the split prism is pushing part of the image up, part of the image to the left and part to the right. And when the focus is dead on, the two images come together. It's extremely handy and really pretty fast way to focus. Now the microprism ring gets very jagged when it's out of focus, but as it pops into focus it almost disappears, like it's not there at all. It's really handy for telling when the focus is on. Now, as far as I understand the modern digital SLRs, the autofocus works in essentially the same way as that split prism there. It's bringing two parts of the image together, just like that. And they're measuring how far apart those two halves are, and then that tells them how big a change they need to make to the focus of the lens. You can see a few limitations to it. I've lined up the books at a 90-degree angle to the split prism. If they were aligned with the prism, it's quite a bit more difficult. It'd be quite a bit more difficult to see the focus point, and that's why digital SLRs have vertical and horizontal focus points and cross points. They call some of them, where they detect either orientation. One more point. Right now I'm at f2.8, I've got the lens wide open. If I step down a little to f4, you see not much changes. It gets a little bit darker, but not much. As I go down, that's 5.6. Now at f8, and especially if I zoom out a little here, the thing is starting to blacken over. Even though the rest of the image is still clear, the split prism just stops working. That's at f11 right there, and it just completely goes black. That's f8, 5.6, 4, 2.8, and here's all the way down to 32, and you can see it's completely black, even though the rest of the image is quite visible. So that phenomenon has to do with the way the thing is working. And I don't understand all the optical details, but apparently it's sampling the top and the bottom are each sampling a different portion of the light coming through the lens. And the portion they're sampling only happens down to f8. If you go to f11, it's not there anymore. It goes completely black. And this is why modern SLRs will focus, even in fairly dim light, on an f5.6 lens, but if you put a 1.4 extender on that to make it an f8 lens, they just don't focus at all. Even in really bright light, they won't focus accurately or reliably. It's because of that phenomenon. The thing that's detecting the focus goes completely black, and there's just nothing there. Even on the brightest day, it doesn't matter. So that concludes my remarks on the old focusing systems. I hope younger photographers who have never used this kind of equipment will find this useful to see how it used to be done, and hopefully it can shed some light also on how modern autofocus systems operate, and also on why some of us older photographers do miss these split prisms in our viewfinders, because they are extremely handy.